This is our friend. Our friend is not a professional athlete. Our friend likes warm Pop Tarts, the occasional adult beverage, and as you can see, relaxing. One day our friend says, I'm going to do the Ironman triathlon. And we say, your midlife crisis is really kicking in. She says, I've been working out and getting into shape for the last 2 years. I'm ready. A triathlon involves a 2.4-mile swim, followed by a 112-mile bike race, followed by 26.2 miles of a marathon. Are we really sure this is a good idea?
Yes, it's a great idea. A new bike would cost $1,200. That's too much, and it would only cut 20 minutes off my time. But then I bought a helmet for $75. It'll cut 10 minutes off my time. Should I buy new shoes? Should I get a better swimsuit? Get a trainer? What should I do? Whoa, slow down, Superwoman. Give me some time to look at some numbers and some statistics of the professional athletes who do this regularly, and then maybe I can give you some data-driven, factual information about how to prepare for this. Now what? Data mining it is. We are going to use CRISP DM and focus on Kona, the Triathlon Championships, for our data. So, after our due diligence and some deep data mining, we began to assemble our data into a more usable format. We have our finishing place athletes and what year. We've even begun to do some calculations on correlations between did they finish the event first and did they finish the overall race first. Well, we have too much information here right now, so we need to drill down a bit and make this more focused and really see what we're looking at. To begin, we need to focus our data mining on the last 5 years of the Kona Championship triathlons from 2013 to 2017. This will help us determine 5 variables that have the strongest correlation to the winners of the triathlon. Things like, what was their overall swim time? What was their bike time? Their overall run time? Did they win the triathlon the previous year? What country are they from? All of this information will help us to put together the data into a format where we can begin to see trends, correlations, and patterns that will make our data much more important. Now that we've determined our variables, let's take a look at some probabilities of those variables. The first variable, what is the likelihood that the fastest swim time will be the winner? That would be 5%. Variable 2, what is the likelihood that the person with the fastest bike time will be the winner? That comes to 15% based on all of our data. And our third probability, what is the likelihood that the person with the fastest run time will be the winner? This is the strongest at 15%. As we move on to our fourth and fifth probabilities, we look at the likelihood of winning or even medaling by nationality or a previous win. So we see that the probability of medaling percentages are here, and a previous year win will give us an additional 15%. Furthermore, our probabilities allow us to put together our information to determine what the segment wins can do to the overall win. Taking this information side by side in a probability table gives us percentages to see things like who will be the first person out of the water, the second person out of the water, third person out of the water, and how do these things relate to the overall winning of the race. This is known as combined probability that we can look at for every year in the past for the future. So what do we tell our leisure-inclined friend about what we learned and what the data told us and how they should prepare for this venture? Well, training is much more important than that new bike or that new helmet. This is especially apparent when we look at where the overall winner placed in each segment in each corresponding year, and we look at the probability of correlation. What we find out is that running is the most important. If our friend wants to win that triathlon, they should focus on the running. It's the most important, as the correlation between winning the running segment and winning the triathlon is the strongest. So, where do we go from here? Friend, we got a couple options. You probably just want to focus on finishing the race. Return that helmet and use the cash for the fancy new trainer. Maybe just get a new hobby.